After leaving Myrtle Beach and stops along the way, we saw this interesting pontoon bridge called the Sunset Beach Bridge at the North Carolina border. The bridge opens on the hour, and we just missed an opening. So after its next opening, we continued north. Many of the inlets, channels, and ports along the coast of North Carolina are rapidly filling with sand. Our mail didn't arrive as planned at the Beaufort, North Carolina marina, so we waited here for a few days, which was okay with us. The minnows kept the boys busy, and the town has an interesting maritime museum along with an exceptional restaurant called the Beaufort Grocery Company. We left the marina on April 17th, about 6:30 a.m., to make the 6:40 bridge opening and headed north again. This time we were in the company of the Theodore II Tugboat. A life-size replica scale model of Theodore II was constructed for marketing a popular children's TV series and for promoting water safety. We saw him at a few other stops along our journey. After a night anchored at Broad Creek and going through a lock uneventfully, we approached Norfolk and waited for a train to cross this bascule bridge before moving ahead. The closer you get to Norfolk, the closer you are to maritime industry on a grand scale, perhaps the most we saw on the entire loop. Patience is key to survival because you don't get very far very quickly. You just need to relax and take in these sights because you won't see them elsewhere on the Great Loop. This Gilmerton Railroad Bridge is usually open but closes for railroad traffic. The highway bridge next to it opens on demand. You can find all of the ICW bridge schedules on the internet. We weren't certain if this was a prison or military barracks. The United States Navy has a great presence on the Elizabeth River. This policeman was angry with our wake, but it really wasn't possible to put out a smaller one without being anchored, so we just plugged along, waved, and smiled. In 1767, a merchant and shipowner named Andrew Sproul established a shipyard on the western shore of the Elizabeth River under the British flag. It prospered as both a naval and merchant shipyard. When the American Revolution began in 1775, Sproul chose to remain loyal to the Crown and fled the area aboard the Royal Governor's flagship. All his properties were confiscated by the colony of Virginia, and in 1779 the shipyard was burned by the British. It became the Navy's nucleus in the Hampton Roads area, where the largest naval base in the world has developed. The Nauticus includes the Hampton Roads Naval Museum, the National Maritime Center, and the battleship Wisconsin. The USS Wisconsin's history dates back to 1939, when Congress authorized its construction. The Wisconsin earned several battle stars and was critical to our success in the Pacific Ocean during World War II. Over the years, she has served in many other patrols and battles, including Operation Desert Storm in 1991. With a displacement of 52,000 tons at full load, a length of 880 feet, beam of 108 feet, and a draft of 36 feet, she is an impressive ship. The Cannonball Trail is a self-guided walking tour that connects interesting areas throughout the city. Along the trail you can see the pagoda, a gift to Norfolk from the Taiwan provincial government in 1989. Our next major stop, Washington, D.C. We wanted to take a brief detour off the loop to see our nation's capital.